This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the 2016 Marcum MicroCap Conference in New York City. I have with me Michael Wheeler from Patriot Software. It's a private company. Michael, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you for having me, Shelley.
It's good to have you. Let's get an overview on Patriot and go from there.
Sure. Well, Patriot Software, we are a family-owned company. We've been around for 30 years in Canton, Ohio. But what we have is an existing company that originally was geared towards executive recruiters. So we started out, actually, believe it or not, in the basement of a factory. Our only customers were rats and snakes and mice. We had a really tough startup. But over time, we realized that we could build software for recruiters that helped them make more money. So with that, we learned that small business owners, they really needed to have software solutions designed to make life easy. So a few years back, we actually began the process, which took about 6.5 or 7 years, of building Patriot Software. You see, Patriot Software itself is a software solution in the cloud. It's designed for small business owners, generally companies with less than 100 employees. And what we have is an idea that time and attendance can feed your payroll and handle your payroll taxes. That all goes up into your accounting software. And the idea would be that you can access your payroll software wherever you are. So it's not on a dedicated machine. In fact, if you've got a cell phone, you could run payroll right from your location if you're on the beach or at home.
This sounds like a multi-purpose software, more than just a recruiting software. It sounds,
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, you're almost selling yourself short.
Well, it is. So the recruiting side is really what helped us fund the idea of finding a scalable product that could go across every sector. So as far as the recruiters go, they are our bread and butter. They're the people that we grew up with. And we realized, okay, if we do well by our customers, they're going to stick with us. So we have people that have been working with us for 30 years with no long-term contract. They choose to stay. So with that work ethic and that integrity, we decided, you know what, let's also build a payroll software that's not just for one industry, but it's across the board. It's easy to use. It's no nonsense. And think about it like this. If you've got employees, those employees have to be paid, and you've got to pay taxes. Death and taxes, right? So we have an idea that that employee might have an iPhone or some other sort of cell phone like that would allow them to log in and track their time and attendance, which then feeds your payroll software. Well, with that, then we programmed 18,000 unique jurisdictions. There are 18,000 tax jurisdictions in the US. We believe that we're the very first online payroll software to have them programmed internally. So that way, we actually would handle the tax part as well.
Now I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
How's business?
Business is skyrocketing. We can't even believe it. We found that small business owners, if you don't lock them in, but instead allow them to pick and choose what products they want, they're going to stay with you for life. So they come in, they set up their systems, and they do not just their payroll, but they actually run their whole business with our software solution.
So it's software as a service.
Software as a service. We're 100% cloud-based. We're a paperless company. And believe it or not, we're in Canton, Ohio.
Well, football town. Mike, what makes Patriot unique?
Well, aside from our legacy company that has been a steady stream of revenue, the Patriot software services are highly scalable. But what makes it truly unique is the idea that we have one login. As it turns out, this might seem simple, but a lot of our competitors require you to log in to maybe their time and attendance portal, then download that information and then log in again to a different payroll portal and upload that information. We own the code. We have all of the developers in-house in our software company, and the idea is that you log in once and you handle everything, and when you're finished, you log out. It's simple, it's easy, and it's affordable.
Today you're a private company. What's your future capital formation needs?
You know what, that's a good question. We've gone kind of around the whole idea of how do you raise outside funds? Is it private equity? Is it venture capital? Is it some mixture of all of the above? But also there's a recent regulation that came out called Regulation A+, which allows companies to raise up to $50 million. So we're seriously considering filing with the SEC and potentially listing on NASDAQ, where we would essentially raise up to $50 million and then sell a minority share of our company on NASDAQ. But we're kind of considering all the options right now.
So that sounds like a public-private hybrid.
Well, it's possible, but it might be more of a public company. At the end of the day, we want to do what's right for our employees, for our customers, and our shareholders, and the idea that we want to do well by people. So we're trying to find the avenue that not only brings a good return on investment, but does right by people that have been working with us.
What's your background?
So I grew up in Canton, Ohio. I'm an attorney, actually. I'm general counsel at Patriot Software. I had the pleasure of running one of our subsidiary companies. I've been a part of business and the law for a long time. So when this new regulation A+ came out, the dork in me immediately rose up and thought, I'm going to read about this legislation. I dove into the footnotes and thought, you know what, this might be an avenue that could work for us. So we've been looking into the potential of, what does a good investment look like?
So for information for our viewers, please give us your website.
Sure, absolutely. You can visit patriotsoftware.com. If you'd like specific information regarding potential investment, it would be patriotsoftwarecompany.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Wheeler, Patriot Software. It's a private company. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live from the 2016 Marcum MicroCap Conference here in New York City. Mike, thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much, Shelley.
Good to have you.